Hi guys, LD Fishing here, back with another video. This time we're doing a video on really good fall bass baits. Sort of saying, I got all my bass baits here lined out for you. So I'll be doing a quick review on them and kind of just go through why I would use them and sometimes in what situations I would use them and kind of how to use them. So first of all, we have a Senko. This is just a little green Senko. I think, what do you call it? Like a watermelon Senko with black flake. Senkos are very good for bass fishing, and they still work in the fall. So I use them. You can use them wacky rigged or Texas rigged fishing style. You can use all sorts of soft plastics. Soft plastics work all the time for bass. We got the frog. Frogs work very well in the fall when mature frogs jump out into the water because they're stupid and they get annihilated by bass. So, but you usually want to use them in the morning because that's just a better time to do top water. I just have one of my frogs here. It's just a regular natural colored green frog with little strands here. Got some weedless hooks on there, all that. So that's cool. I think this is a live target frog. Crankbaits always work. I have two crankbaits here. Crankbaits always seem to do well in the fall. They imitate a shad, and if you guys didn't know, shad spawn in the fall, and they'll move up shallow, and the bass will follow them, obviously, because that's their source of food. So, but the bass will start to heavily feed on shad. So I got two different types of shad, or not shad, but two different types of crankbaits here. But I have this one in crawfish color, and I did want to note, though, crawfish is a very good color to use for bass almost all time of the year. They're really, really good in the spring, but they can work in the fall, too. But any crawfish-colored baits are really good in the fall. So, because bass just really like crawfish. But this is just a perch one from Rapala, so crankbaits are very good. Buzzbaits, top water. I have this orange buzzbait here. They're very good on a windy day and a cloudy day. It can be just windy. It could be bright clear, but windy. But basically, on a windy day where there's lots of noise, you want this little thing. If you can hear that, you want this little thing to make noise, and it just disturbs the fish, and you'll get reaction bites because the bass are really angry. So that's that. Jerkbaits. Jerkbaits are good when the fishing is tough, when the fish get lethargic near the end of the closer to winter, when the bass start to slow down a little bit. Jerkbait fishing can really pick up. This is just like a perch colored jerkbait I got from Rapala. So jerkbaits, they're very good. Lipless cranks. I have some lipless crankbaits here. This one's a little bit rusted up because I've used it quite a bit. I've got a couple more, but I just brought these ones out. Lipless crankbaits are very good. They have lots of rattles in them, and so they'll swim in the water like this with they got this bill here. They'll swim in the water like this, and they'll make lots and lots of rattling, and they have that shad looking pattern. You can see kind of like the crankbaits, but a little bit different, but it gets down to the point. This is a natural, like, I kind of want to say black crappie color, but it doesn't look, the shape of it doesn't look like a crappie at all. But it's got like a reflective color on it, so it's pretty neat. This is a fairly heavy one. They'll sink very quick, so you don't really want to let them sink into weeds because they got treble hooks, and so that's not very good. Spooks and poppers. I don't have any spooks right now, so this is my biggest popper. I actually caught my first smallmouth bass on one of these maybe 3 weeks ago. It was not my first one, but I was fishing a weekend where I caught my first smallmouth, and they worked very good. So, but yeah, this is just my longest one. I just wanted to show this to tell you guys about spooks. I don't have any, so this is the closest thing I have to spooks right now. But yeah, poppers work very good. They make a spitting, like when you're fishing these, they float, and you reel your slack up, and you create tension by pulling on your rod, and the water will hit the top of the it'll hit right in there, and the water will just spit forward and make pop like a popping sound. That's why I call them poppers. That's like a bass color one. I have no idea what the company is, but whenever you get many topwater baits, like poppers, you want to get treble hooks with the feathers, because it lets sometimes the smaller fish, or just like the finicky fish, it really gets them to bite. They just nip at this feather sometimes if they don't really want the whole popper or spook, and they'll just take that back treble hook, and it's very good. This is a 7-foot DT Rapala DT diver. So what that means is it'll go to 7 feet. But I picked this up just to show you the shad color. The shad color is really lethal for bass fishing, because like I said, the shad will spawn, and if you crank this around some bass, this one goes 7 feet deep, so it might be deep if you're fishing closer to the shore where the shad will spawn. But if you get this next to a bass this time of year, you will for sure catch one. This shad is really lethal, and they just annihilate the shad. Spinnerbaits. I have some spinnerbaits here. Spinnerbaits are very good when the water is less than clear, almost like turbid. Not like straight like chocolate mud, but if it's turbid, these are very good. The spinnerbaits. These will shine and make lots of vibration, but they'll reflect off the light that's coming into the water, and when they reflect, they imitate a shad. So you can imagine this swimming; it'll imitate a shad. Same thing with this. I made this spinner at a Bassmaster event in La Crosse, where I met Andrew Flair, One Round One Reel, Alex Perrick, and Lunkers TV. So that was fun, and I made that there with them. So that was cool. But this is actually like a shad color too, so that might be very good. And jigs. Jigs are very good all year round, but they get really good in the summer, especially if you put a claw-shaped trail, sort of say. I have a black jig here. I can't find my other jig here, but I have a black jig here. This color is very good for like darker water, because this shape here will make a very dark silhouette in the water, and so the bass can see it easier. It sounds like wrong, like dark water and stuff, but whatever. So I hope you liked the video. I just created a YouTube channel. If you please mind, it takes 1 second. Just hit that subscribe button and comment what you want to see next, and